after a shit ton of technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, because we're going to get it done anyway. The thing I want to talk to you guys today about is spiritual authority and spiritual influence and how it applies to necromancy. As you go about your path, you will find that this path takes you to being a deaf god and beyond in the flesh. And that's all well and good. You'll have bodies to your name. You'll have power to hex people, to heal, and all this other kind of shit. But what you need to have is ambition. You need to have an overarching why about why you're doing what you're doing. This will prevent a couple of things from happening. It will prevent the power you gain from collapsing upon you due to purposelessness. It will prevent the breaking down of your mental body, your mind, your spirit, your psyche, and your physical body, because it will prevent you from seeing a meaninglessness as to why you've done what you've done. It will protect you from the racking effects of guilt and all this other kind of shit. Ambition will take you much further than sheer will can. If you have ambition, the right ambition for your necromancy, it will force you to break off any shit. Let's say you're being attacked, right? It will force you to break off any shit cast your way, and it will fill you with newfound strength, newfound knowledge, and newfound power to continue on your path. The other thing that is important is spiritual influence, because it is best to win a battle without fighting, if you can. It's one thing for a necromancer to do endless death hexes, death cursing an enemy's loved one, or whatever the fuck. It's another thing when your enemies fall without you even having to lift a fucking finger due to the amount of spiritual authority you have. It's another thing when the spirits that your enemies fuck with decide to turn on them because they can look at you and tell, yeah, we don't want to fuck with that one. It doesn't matter if the person is a grandmaster of anything. It doesn't matter if the person is like the world's most powerful Satanist or whatever. That shit does not matter in the face of death. That shit does not matter in the face of true, real power that you gain as a necromancer. So, there are ways to go about developing your spiritual authority. You can use rings, chains, talismans, ruby, gold, as they correspond with Mars. Mars deals with authority. Gold deals with the sun, overarching spiritual authority, having authority over all currents, you know what I'm saying? Now, this does not mean that once you put this on, all of a sudden you're like an omni-magician, like fucking Dr. Strange over here, you know what I'm saying? It gives you the potential to be that, but it mainly enhances and bolsters the authority that you already have to both spirits and man, so to speak. So you can once again win without fighting. This saves you a lot of stress as a necromancer as well, because it shifts from cause and effect to effect without a cause. Therefore, your deeds, your work, your curses, etc. cannot be traced by their spirits or by man. There's a lot that comes with this shit, guys. Like, it's a lot. Just by default of being on the necromantic path, you develop spiritual authority. You develop that just by being consistent with your path, consistent with your spirits, consistent with your offerings. All of that shit. It forms a spiritual credibility, so to speak, which takes you a long way in whatever it is you're trying to do. The other thing about spiritual authority is that it relies on growth, so to speak. You grow out of the phase of necromancy, which relies on feeling smug that, you killed a few people with death hexes, or you can do this, that, or the other. Once you get past that stage, that's when you start getting into real spiritual authority, because you know you can do it. However, idiots on motorcycles, boy, I tell you. However, you know you don't have to. And as you do this, as your enemies keep attacking you, they'll get fucked up by their own spirits for trying a person of your rank, of your spiritual authority. You know what I'm saying? For being ignorant of that principle there. Again, it's the principle that matters, not the situation. The way you think things are in reality, not the way things actually work. Keep that in mind. So, as your spiritual authority and influence develops, you'll find yourself manifesting things that you desire and helping other people manifest things that they desire without having to do much to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Start to kind of like go beyond like reversals, curse breaking, etc. Because as soon as it enters into your reality and you perceive it, you're able to say no. And it has no other choice but to fuck off and leave you alone and return to sender, just by proxy. Another thing with that, slip right out my head. It'll come back to me. But you get what I'm saying about the whole spiritual authority type thing. One other thing that I kind of wanted to discuss was astral projection. The way necromancers astrally project is a little bit different from the way normal muggles and normal black magicians project. Normal black magicians will project by either getting into a trance state, which is the separation of the spirit from the body, the progressive separation of it from the body. And they will focus on where they're trying to go, use incantations, mantras, idols, ends, whatever, in order to raise up energy, and then they'll project using that energy. Whether it's to the infernal realms, celestial realms, or otherwise. The way necromancers do it is with death essence. We get into a death state, so to speak, and we let the death essence become one with us and carry us so we move as death throughout the realms, unseen but felt, so to speak. And it provides a greater clarity with what we're doing. We're able to see more, interact more, have more power over the environment, that kind of thing. Now you can take this so far as to where you can possess a corpse, you can possess a human with this, which provides great benefits. You know, if you have an enemy, you can possess them, fuck with their mind, fuck with their motivations, all that other kind of shit. A greater aspect of this is being able to project to various graveyards on this plane and in others. That way you don't have to physically be there in order to do what you need to do. Let's say you're in the hospital or some shit, right? So there's undoubtedly no way for you to just leave the fucking hospital. You know, let's say you have surgery, you can't just leave, up and leave. No matter how fucking powerful you feel you are. So, you can, however, project to the graveyards, manifest astral tools, your chains, rings, talismans, and continue doing what you would do if you were there in person. That way, nothing is hindered. You can do the same thing with projecting to the graveyards and other planes of existence, and bring what you do there back here through various portals, gateways, you know what I'm saying, psionics, all that other good shit. So just keep that in mind. Also, you can project to an enemy and draw sigils, astral sigils, over that enemy's house, similar to what Aleister Crowley did that one time, which resulted in the chick he was targeting committing suicide, blowing her fucking brains out, you know? This shit is real. The only thing you have to remember is that this is not in your imagination at all. Just because you can't see it physically does not mean it is not real. This is a basic principle all of us know subconsciously, but most forget as we go deeper into this. You start seeing crazier and crazier shit. You start communicating with spirits. The natural doubt arises, okay, is this all in my head and am I fucking going crazy? But no, you are not. You'll receive confirmation about what you are doing, you know? And you also have to have that belief in yourself, that trust and that faith in your own ability as a necromancer, as a legit magician, to communicate with spirits and get shit done. It doesn't matter if you got 20 motherfuckers around you talking about, oh, you're weak because, you know, you're not swimming in money and bitches and all this other kind of shit. That don't matter. Let them stay stuck in this material realm. Let them stay stuck to earthly attachments, thus resulting in, after they die, they become one of the dark dead or descended dead that can be manipulated by one of us, a necromancer. Let them stay in that state of weakness forever. whilst you go on into greater things in the deaf arts and in the other non-deathly arts mightily. Talking with spirits, learning of things ahead of time, always staying 10 steps ahead of the game, surviving, and let all those other motherfuckers look at you and wonder how the fuck you're still alive. So you gotta treat it like that. So, with that being said, I'm going to conclude this video. Again, I apologize for the delay since I last made a video. Technical difficulties, it happens to us all. But if you're looking to get work from me, I'll leave my email down below. Hit me up. I'm still doing mentorship with students who want to train up under me. Hit me up and we'll get that shit sorted out. So, have a good day. Stay safe. Peace.